If you guys have any injuries, if you're not feeling well, if you have any aches or pains, just be very mindful of your own body. Be kind to yourself, be careful. Obviously, I'm not there to check that you're okay, but I would say the same thing to you guys in person. You know your body better than anybody else. If something doesn't feel right, pull yourself out of that stretch. Take a break, have a drink of water, take your child's pose, do what feels right for you. You don't have to do the whole flow. Do as little or as much of the flow as you would like to do. If you are pregnant, you're very welcome to do the class. Please avoid any twists through the spine because it restricts the airflow to the fetus. And make sure you've got a pillow handy. Just pop underneath your head and your neck and just lift yourself up slightly. That should be everything. And also, if you're past your first trimester, please make sure that you don't do anything lying on your stomach like locust or cobra. Other than that, make sure that you have a nice little comfortable space and just enjoy yourselves. So we're going to come down onto our mats. As always, we're going to start seated, but if that's not where you feel like starting today, that is absolutely fine. Give yourself a nice little wiggle around. Just give yourself a little feel around. I just like to give myself a wiggle when I get on the mat. At the end of the day, you tend to have like a little bit of excess energy, a little bit of built up kind of static energy. So we're just going to wiggle, give yourselves a little shoulder wiggle, maybe move your neck around and just release all of those little excess bit of energy. It's kind of like you're doing a little dance. It's the only time I'm going to say it's okay for you to lift your bum off the mat and do wiggly things with it. So take advantage of that. And I really want you to feel that space around you, get into your space. And what I mean about getting into your space is not necessarily your physical space. Maybe we only have a really small physical space, but our mental space. So especially in times like now where maybe we're feeling a bit scared or pent up or frustrated, it's really nice to have this time where we can actually create that mental space around us for our practice. So give yourself that little shift around on the mat. When you feel good, you feel ready, bring yourself to your seated position, take your palms onto your knees and turn them up so that your palms are facing upwards. Your fingertips spread nice and wide. Drop those shoulders down, length through the spine and the neck, and close your eyes. And let's take a nice deep inhale through the nose. Expand your abdomen and send all of that air down towards the bottom of your lungs. Fill them like a glass all the way to the top. And when you reach the top, exhale, draw the navel in towards your spine. And again, inhale. And exhale. And use these breaths to just tune into your body and tune out all distractions, thoughts and worries. Use that inhale to wash through you as though you're cleansing your body with your breath. And exhale, releasing any tension, any toxins. Inhale. We're starting to tune out all our surroundings, all our excess thoughts and worries that we don't need, forgetting everything we have to do after everything we did before. This is your time. Let's take an imaginary broom and start to sweep the mind completely clear. I enjoy visualizing my mind as a room that I'm just sweeping clear of any clutter, leaving it empty and clean. Only allowing my air to breathe in and out of it. And try and deepen that breath each time, always teaching our bodies to use the full capacity of our lungs. Let's start to check in with those tension points. Inhale, we lengthen, we drop the shoulders down away from the ears. And as we do so, we create space for our neck to grow long. With every breath, we drop those shoulders down further. Feel the shoulder blades pulling down towards the mat. Drawing down into the earth, lengthen through your spine. We sit up tall, but we're grounded. Draw your attention towards your jaw, softening that jawline, unlocking the jaw and unclenching those back teeth. Make sure they're not touching. And draw the tongue down away from the roof of the mouth. Maybe you want your mouth open a little bit. Just allow that whole area to become completely soft. Facial features releasing any tension. Make sure that your temples are relaxed. No frowning, just soft and gentle facial features. So we tend to hold on to stress in really subtle ways, which is why it's so important to just check in with ourselves. Let's take our right hand and bring it onto our stomachs, onto our tummies. And as we breathe in, expand that abdomen and really feel your belly expanding underneath the hand, really feeling connected to your breath. Exhale, drawing that navel in. And again, inhale. And exhale. Take your left hand now, bring it to your heart. Feel your heartbeat slowing in time with your breath. Take this moment to feel completely connected to yourself, but also to everyone else that is practicing today. And how nice it is, how lucky we are that we can still have this connection. Take one more deep breath, drop both hands back down onto your knees and gently draw your chin towards your shoulder. It doesn't matter which one. And then let that head roll from one shoulder across to the other, gently mobilizing. And again, back the other way. Slight movement into the body to begin with. And again. And once more. Gently bring yourself back to center. Take your right hand behind you so it acts as a secondary spine. We're just going to wake up our spine with a little twist. Bring that left hand to the outside of your right knee and gaze over your right shoulder. Sitting up tall and drop the shoulders down, and as you exhale, push that knee away and gazing behind you. So twists are really lovely for our body. What we're doing when we're twisting is we're compressing our organs and releasing toxins from the blood. So when we're letting go of a twist, we allow fresh blood to run through our organs. Deep inhale, gaze as far as you can behind you, push that knee away. Keep yourself nice and upright. Exhale, release the twist, bring yourself back to center. Take a breath, bring your left hand behind you, secondary spine, nice and straight. Try not to lean back on that arm. Keep yourself nice and upright. Take your right hand now, outside of your left knee, sitting up nice and tall. Gaze over your left shoulder. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, push that knee away, twist. Inhale, breathing here, lengthen through that neck. Exhale. And think of yourself as a dirty dishcloth. So we're just wringing out all that dirty water as we twist. And when we let go of the twist, we're going to let fresh water flow through. Take one more deep breath. Gently bring yourself back to center. Just give yourself a little roll through the shoulders just to release any little excess bits of tension there. Imagine you're drawing circles with those shoulder blades up to your ears, down your spine. Once more. And take your palms now, bringing them in front of you. And bring yourself into your all fours position on the mat. stack those joints. Wrists are under shoulders, knees under hips. Take a nice deep breath here. Inhale, really pushing into the outside of your palms, pushing down through your knees, the tops of your feet. And take a deep inhale, and on your exhale, I want you to breathe out through the mouth like you're fogging up a mirror, like a dragon. And again, inhale. And this time, when you breathe out, keep the mouth closed, feel that fogging up in the back of your throat, your Ujjayi breath. Inhale. Might sound a little bit like you're snoring, and that means you're doing it right. Take a nice deep inhale here. And if you want to, you continue breathing here. If you want to get a little bit deeper, tuck those toes, just float the knees off the ground about 5 centimeters, engage that core. Keep that core nice and sturdy and hold here. Keep that breath flowing. Inhale. You can bring it back to your normal breath now if you'd like. Really nice, guys. Keep that core engaged. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the knees, drop your navel to the floor, hollow out that lower back, gaze up towards the sky, into your cow pose. Exhale, arch. We're mobilizing the spine, pushing the ground away, doming the shoulders, crown of the head towards the floor. Inhale again. So if you like this movement, this mobilizing of the spine, feel free to continue here. And if you want to freestyle, if you want to get a little weird, you know, I like it when you guys get weird. If you want to give your hips a wiggle, if you want to come all the way back onto your heels and push all the way forward into your cobra, do whatever feels good for you. Give yourself a little wiggle. Get the hips, the head, the neck, the shoulders, get it all involved. Do whatever feels good. Really, you can get as weird as you like. I'm not there to see you. No one can see you. So really, really do whatever feels good for you. Giving yourself that little wiggle. And remember to keep that breath flowing. Don't hold your breath. Don't lose track of those nice deep breaths that you were doing. Really, really keep that involved. Wiggling here. Lovely. Get into the shoulders, get into the wrists, get into the fingers, get into the hips, the head, the neck, whatever feels good for you. Gorgeous, everybody, looking really good. Everyone on Zoom, I can see you look wonderful. Everyone on Facebook, I'm sure you look wonderful as well. Bringing yourself back to your center now. Bringing yourself back into that stacked tabletop position so your back is nice and straight. Take a deep inhale here. You can flex that back foot if you want to. We're going to flex the right foot as well. And you're going to lift your leg out at 90 degrees, keeping that body nice and sturdy, your trunk stable. And then you're going to slowly lower back down in your fire hydrant kicks. So we're going to lift to 90 degrees and lower. So we're really getting into our glutes here. So we're isolating just the muscles that are moving, which means we're really, really going to be activating our glutes, our booty, getting into the lower back and lift and lower. Lovely. Try and keep it nice and slow in time with your breath. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, we lower. And 3. And lower. And 2. And lower. Well done. Try and keep that back flat. And 1. And lower. Well done. Shift all your weight into the other side. So make sure you're pressing down through both hands evenly. Bring your weight onto your right knee. Drawing that navel in. So this whole area is nice and solid. Engage the core. Keep the trunk sturdy. What we want to avoid is dipping our spine as we're doing that, which is hard. If you've got quite a bendy back or you feel a little bit lordotic, then it's quite hard to keep that nice, stable tabletop position. I completely feel you. My back is like a piece of elastic, so I understand that it's hard. Take a nice deep breath. We're going to bring that left leg out to the side now. And lower. And lift. Well done. And lower. Keep that body nice and sturdy. And lift. Lovely, everybody. And lower. Try and keep those hips aligned. And lift. And lower. Try not to lift the hip when you're lifting. And give me 5. Well done. 4, well done, 3, gorgeous everybody, 2, lovely, and 1, well done. Bring yourself back into your all fours position. Feel free to give your wrists a little shake here. If you have wrists that get tired quite easily, I do. I like to do kind of a little, like I'm squeezing stress balls in between, give my fingers a little exercise. And then you're going to bring yourself back into your all fours position. I'm going to do this way so you can see what I'm doing, but also because otherwise I end up kicking the window. So we're going to do our aeroplane kicks, which is a really good one for our thighs, our glutes, all of that area there. You're going to make sure you're in your tabletop position again. Take a nice deep breath. So you're very welcome to just do the legs, but if you want to get the arms involved as well, let's start with our left leg. So you're going to take your left leg out to the side, nice and straight, flexing the foot. And if you want to get the arm involved as well, you're going to bring the right arm out. Take a nice deep breath and bring the right arm forward, the left arm back. And again, out to the side. Oh, I really don't have much room here. And bring that right arm forward, left leg back. And again. And forward. And to the side. Well done. Try and keep that back nice and engaged. And give me 3. And out to the side. And 2. Out to the side. Keep that core engaged. Last one on this side. Well done. Bring yourself back to center. Give yourself a little wiggle, maybe a little cat-cow, push that spine up. I like to always release the spine afterwards. Give yourself a little shake on the wrists. Readjust. So right arm now, left leg. No. Left arm now, right leg. Whichever one you didn't do last time. You'll have to excuse me. My left and right is really, really appalling. So you're going to bring that right leg out to the side. So what you're going to look like here, core is nice and stable. You're going to bring that right leg out, flex the foot, and you're going to bring the left arm out. So take a nice deep breath, and then you're going to bring the right leg back, left arm forward. And like an aeroplane, so left arm out, right leg out, and back. Lovely, well done. Out to the side like an aeroplane, and back. And let's go 4, and back, and 3, keep that core engaged, and back, and 2, well done, looking good everyone, and back. Last one, out to the side, and back, and just give yourself a little wiggle. That one's a little bit intense. Give yourself a little cat-cow, bring yourself back into your all fours position. Knees under hips, wrists under shoulders. Take a deep breath. And we're going to flex that right foot and kick it up towards the sky. So keeping that right knee bent, right foot flexed. So maybe you're happy here. Maybe you want to go a little further. Trickle those left fingers forward along the mat. Maybe you want to go further still and lift the left arm. Keep that trunk nice and stable. And maybe you want to go all the way into your opposite leg stretch. Take hold of your right foot with your left hand. Kick that foot into your hand and reaching up. Get deep into the spine. Inhale. Feel that stretch through the shoulders. And breathe. Lovely. Well done. Whichever version you're in, let's hold here. And give me 5, 4, 3, 2, whichever version you're in, let go. Bring the hands down, but keep the foot up. Foot flexed, right leg raised. Take a deep breath, tuck that left toe under and push up into your 3-legged dog. So maybe you're happy here. Keep that foot flexed, that knee bent. Make sure you're distributing the weight evenly between the hands. And maybe you want to go a little further. Open the hips, bend that right knee all the way back, gaze underneath the right armpit. And maybe you want to go further still and drop that right leg the whole way behind you into your Wild Thing pose, whichever version you're in. Hold here. If you're in Wild Thing, make sure you're on the ball of your right foot. Reach back with the right arm. Inhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, whichever version you're in. Gently bring yourself back to your 3-legged dog. Take a nice deep breath here. Bring yourself forward into a lunge. Right foot planted, drop that back knee, drop the left knee, drop the left foot. Low lunge here, really getting into those hips. Take a nice deep inhale here. And if you're happy here, you can stay here. If you'd like to take a little monkey twist, you're going to bring your left hand to the outside of the mat. So we're taking the mat out of the equation. We're just going to bring it all the way to the other side of the mat. And then you're going to bring your right arm, so the arm of your bent leg, out in front. Take a nice deep inhale here. And you're going to circle that right arm all the way behind you. Maybe you're happy here, and maybe you want to pick up that left foot, kick the foot into your hands, and breathe. Really feel that twist, getting into the hamstrings. Gorgeous, everybody, well done. Give me one more breath here, drop that back leg. Hands on either side of that front foot, straighten that right leg, flex the right foot. Take a deep inhale here and exhale, getting into a nice, deep, juicy hamstring stretch. So you're trying to drop the torso over the straight leg. And inhale, and try and keep your back as flat as you can. So if you feel like you've got a curve in the spine, just gently pull yourself out. You really want to feel that nice, intense stretch on the back of your hamstring. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale, lovely. I really like an indulgent hamstring stretch, as I told you guys before. Inhale. And exhale. Take a nice deep breath, bring yourself back into your low lunge. Place the palms nice and flat. Tuck that left toe under, lift the back knee, and step back into your plank position. Gorgeous. Take a nice deep breath. We're going to shift all of our weight now onto the left-hand side and bring yourself into your side plank, which is a really good one for activating the glutes. You can lift that right arm up. If you're not comfortable in side plank, feel free to drop that bottom knee. Make sure it's in line with your left hand. Make sure those hips are stacked on top of each other, whichever version you're in. And if you're in side plank and you feel like you want to lift the top leg, then please do. Take whichever version you want. Give me 5, 4, engaging through the core, really squeeze that butt. 3, 2, and 1. Step back into your plank position. Take a nice deep inhale. You can either push straight into your downward facing dog, or you can draw the elbows in and come down through a chaturanga and push into your downward facing dog that way. So if you'd like to meet me in a vinyasa, elbows in, come down, push forward, upward facing, shoulders down the spine. Well done, lovely. Tuck those toes under, push into your downward facing. So downward facing dog. What are we doing here? Pushing down through your palms, drawing the heels down towards the mat. Feet about hip width apart. And you really want to feel that nice pull on the back of your hamstring. So you really want a nice straight spine here. If you feel like you've got a curve in the back, feel free to give yourself a little bend in the knees. You're still going to get the same stretch. It's just much better to have a bent knee than a curve in the back. Push into the outside of your little fingers and your palms. Maybe give those elbows a tiny little micro bend out to the side, and make sure that you're rotating those shoulders outwards. You're drawing your chin in towards the chest and gazing between your legs. Slight bend in the knee. Inhale, drawing that navel in. Exhale. Well done. And try and draw those heels down towards the earth, but don't worry if they don't make it the whole way. And then we're going to take a nice deep inhale, raise up on your toes, lift those heels. Exhale, lower. Well done. And lift. And lower. Well done, lovely. And lifting. And lower. And give me 3. Gorgeous. 2. Well done. And 1. Lowering down, take a nice deep breath and bring yourself forward into your high plank. Make sure that core is engaged. Make sure the wrists are underneath the shoulders. Doming through the shoulders and just rotating them out to the side. Take a deep breath. Start to drop those knees down towards the mat so you're hovering them. And as you do, you're sending your bum back towards your heels, pushing up into your downward facing dog. Lovely. 3 more of this circle here. So dropping down, wading into your high plank. Knees towards the mat, bum back towards the heels, pushing up. So think of yourself as kind of going like a little cog round in a circle. And waving forward, high plank. Drop the knees down, bum back towards the heels, pushing up. Gorgeous. And again, high plank. Knees down, bum towards the heels, pushing back. Last time, high plank. Well done. Knees down, push back. Down dog. Gorgeous, everybody. Looking good. Looking really, really good. Take a deep breath and drop down into your all fours position. Just give yourself a little wiggle. Well done. Lovely. Make sure that your wrists are under your shoulders. Again, if you need to give your wrists a little shake, a little squeeze, please do. Make sure that you're in your nice tabletop position. And the same thing on the other side now. So we're going to tuck that left foot under. We're going to kick that left leg out behind us. Left knee bent, left foot flexed. Body nice and engaged. So make sure that back stays nice and straight. Maybe you're happy here. That is lovely. Maybe you'd like to take this a little further. Tickle those right hands forward. And maybe you want to lift the right hand. And maybe you're happy here. And maybe you want to go further still. Bring that right hand behind, take hold of the left foot and kick that left foot into your right hand. Give yourself that opposite leg stretch. So here we're getting into our spine, we're getting into our shoulders. Try and keep those hips as even as possible. Try and gaze straight ahead, find a drishti. So we're still in a balance. And when we're balancing, it's really important to just find a still point to rest our gaze. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale once more. Let go with your hand. Keep that foot, flex that knee up. Tuck that right toe under. Push up into your 3-legged dog with the knee bent. So maybe you're happy here. Maybe you'd like to take this a little further. Bend that left knee and gaze underneath the left armpit. And maybe you'd like to go even further and walk over into your wild thing. Don't worry, all of this is optional. If you don't have these poses in your practice, do not worry. Reaching all the way back, take a nice deep breath. And exhale, whichever version you're in. If you're in 3-legged dog, if you're opening your hips, if you're in wild thing. Breathe here with me. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring yourself back. 3-legged dog. Take a nice deep breath. You're going to draw that left knee in towards your chest now. Plant that left foot. Drop the right knee down onto the mat. Lovely. Okay, so left foot grounded. Left knee above left ankle. In your lunge. Maybe you're happy here, and that's lovely. Feel free to stay here, really getting into the hips. If you'd like to take your twist, we're going to take that right hand now to the outside of the mat. So again, taking the mat out of the situation. Bring your left arm out in front. So whichever is your bent knee arm, take a deep breath. You're going to circle that arm all the way back. And maybe you want to take this further still and lift that back foot. Take hold of the foot with your hand and kick that foot into your hand. And breathe. Whichever version you're in, lunge, twist, maybe you're coming all the way with your foot up towards your bum, and breathe. Give me one more deep breath, really feel that stretch here. Drop that back foot if you're holding it. Bring both hands back on either side of that front foot. You're going to tuck that right toe under, lift the back leg, and step back into your plank position, core engaged. Take a nice deep breath and shift your weight onto your right, into your side plank. I'm just gonna change sides so that you guys can see what I'm doing. So remember, if you would prefer to keep your right knee on the mat, that is fine. Reach up with your left arm, make sure those hips are stacked on top of each other. If you are in your full side plank, hips aligned, lovely. And if you want to go further still, you can lift that top leg. But don't worry if you could do it on one side and not the other. We tend to have a stronger side. This is my weak side. So holding here, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Palms back down into your plank position. Well done. Take a nice deep breath. And you can either push that bum straight back up towards the sky into your downward facing dog, or you can join me for a vinyasa. Tuck those elbows in, come down, push forward, upward facing, and push back. Downward facing dog. Gorgeous, whichever version you do, it's all good. Take a deep breath. Send that right leg all the way up towards the sky, three-legged dog. And then draw that knee in towards the chest. Plant that right foot. We're really grounding now. We're going to take our high lunge. So right knee above right ankle, left foot grounding as well. Bend that back knee slightly as we're going to get into our glutes and bring the arms up in line with your ears. So what I want you to do here is just bend that back knee and make sure that you are activating. We're working with the Mula Bandha, our pelvic floor. So we're drawing that in and stacking our shoulders on top of our hips. So we're not leaning forward. We're nice and stacked. Bring the arms up in line here. And we're going to inhale, just gently drop down. Exhale, lift. And lower. So for whoever it was that asked for bums, this is a really good one. And drop. Well done. And lift. And drop. And lift. Keep it in time with your breath. And lower. And lift. Well done. And lower. And lift once more. And lower. And lift. Take a nice deep breath. You're going to bring your palms into prayer. We're going to shift our weight forward. And you're going to bring yourself into your warrior three. So your warrior three is bringing your body into a T shape. Am I out of shot? Almost. So I'm just going to shift the camera a little bit so you guys can see what I'm doing. So your body in a T shape, you're working with planting that right foot on the mat. You're going to bring that left leg out behind you, and we're really, really engaging here in our glutes. You can bring the arms out in front, really, really draw down through into that standing leg, and flex that back foot if you want to. Take a nice deep breath here. And gently try and bring yourself upright and draw that leg forward, bringing your arms out to the side. We're going to straighten that left leg out in front. Well done. I've cut my head off. So holding that leg out in front. Lovely. Well done, everybody. Sorry, I'm just lifting this camera so you can see what I'm doing. So from here, if you would like to, you can stay holding here. Feel free to also take hold of your knee if this is a little bit too much. And if you want to go further still, you're going to take your big toe with your fingers, so left toe with your left fingers, and bring your leg out to the side in your extended hand to big toe pose. And breathe. Lovely, everybody. Whichever version you're in, give me 5, 4. I'm just going to change sides so that I can finish this. 3, 2, and 1. Bring that leg back out in front. And then you're going to step all the way back into your lunge position. Well done, everybody. Gorgeous. It's a bit difficult to do it in very tiny little spaces. Take a nice deep inhale here. Bring your palms down on either side of that front foot and step back into your plank position. And either pushing all the way back into your downward facing dog or tuck the elbows in. Come down through your chaturanga. Push forward, upward facing. On Facebook, I'm just not in the picture at all anymore. And push back. Downward facing dog. Gorgeous. Well done, everybody. Same thing, other side. Left leg is going to come all the way up towards the sky. And then draw that left knee in towards your chest. Plant the left foot. Grounding down through your left foot. Knee above the left ankle. You're going to come into your lunge, but I want you to make sure that back knee is slightly bent. Bring those arms up in line with your ears. And remember, we're activating our Mula Bandha. We're working with the pelvis here. So make sure that the shoulders are just above the hips. Bend that back knee, bend that front knee, arms up, and let's lower, bend and lift, and lower. We're really getting into the glutes, the hamstrings, and lower. Well done, and lower, and lower. And if you're sweating, don't worry, so am I. And lower. Well done, well done. Keep going. Really nice. Well done, everybody. Take a nice deep breath. One more time, lifting back into your lunge, and then you're going to bring those palms to heart center and lift onto your warrior three on the left hand side. So we're grounding through our left leg. You're making your body a T shape. You're bringing that right leg out behind you. And if you have the space to bring your arms out in front, I have a wardrobe in the way, and you're just bringing yourself into that nice strong T pose. And one side might feel a little bit wobblier. Find a still point to rest your gaze. Take a nice deep breath. And gently, if you can, bring that leg the whole way through. Lift that right leg up, and you're going to bring that right leg out in front. Flex that right foot. Try and keep the balance, not like me. And if you're happy here, I'm going to bring myself to the front so you guys can see. Then please stay here. Otherwise, you can take hold of your right knee. And if you'd like to take your fingers around your right toe and bring that leg out to the side, then please do. This is a really good one as well for activating those glutes. Whichever version you're in, give me. Well done, everybody. Whichever version you're in. If you fall out, just get back in. Fingers around those big toes. Bring that leg out to the side. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And try and bring that leg back out in front. I'm trying to do it in a million different directions. And then step back into your lunge position. Arms up in line with your ears. Take a nice deep breath. Bring both hands down on either side of that front foot. Step back into your plank position. Take a nice deep breath. And either straight into your downward dog or elbows in, come down through your chaturanga. Push forward, upward facing dog. And push back, downward facing. Lovely. Hold that down dog while I move the camera again. Well done. Breathe down through that down dog. Push down into the palms. Decompressing through the shoulders and the spine. Draw that navel in. And you're going to start to take your legs nice and wide. So bringing your legs nice and wide so that your feet are kind of as wide as your mat, maybe a little wider, it's up to you. And you're going to start to walk those hands back towards the back of the mat and drop your bum down towards the mat into your malasana, your yoga squat. So maybe you just want to give yourself a little wiggle here. Maybe you want to bring those feet flat. You can bring your palms together at heart center if you'd like to, and use those elbows to just push those knees apart. If your feet don't lie flat in your malasana, please don't worry. Take a nice deep breath. We're going to do some little yoga squat lifts. So these are wonderful for activating the glutes. Taking a nice deep breath. Bring your palms down in front and you're going to gently lift up to your Uttanasana, forward fold, and lower back to your yoga squat. And lift, straight those legs. And lower, really feel that activating the glutes in the back of your hamstrings, and lift. And lower. And now we're just going to lift a little bit. And lower. Then lift a little bit more. And lower. Then lift the whole way into your Uttanasana, forward fold. Slight bend in the knees, take hold of the arms and gently sway from side to side. You can heel to your feet in a little bit if you want to, so they're about hip width apart. Take a nice deep breath. Maybe let your arms hang heavy if you want to, really recentering here. And then take a deep inhale. We're going to start to walk our hands back out into our plank position. Core engaged, high plank. Either inhaling into your downward facing dog or take a vinyasa if you want to. I'm actually going to cheat and go straight into my down dog. Well, it's not cheating, but I'm going to push straight back into my downward facing. Take a nice deep breath here. Slight bend in the knees. Step, float, or jump through into your seated position on the mats. Lovely, everybody. Just draw your feet together like palms. You know I love a hip opener. Bound angle Baddha Konasana pose. So it's nice to do this pose after we've activated our pelvic floor, our Mula Bandha in our lunges, because what this pose does is it creates extra blood flow to our pelvic floor. It gives us that feeling of being open, which can sometimes make you feel quite vulnerable, but it's quite a nice feeling. Inhale, drop those shoulders down, lengthen the spine. Exhale, feel those knees dropping open on either side of the mat. Really feel those hips opening. This is quite a nice one to finish off with. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And if you want to, you can start hinging at the hips and using your elbows to push those knees down on either side of the mat. Inhale. And exhale. Try and keep a straight back if you are hinging through the hips. Try to make yourself as small as possible. Imagine someone's going to bundle you up and send you in the post. In. And then gently, gently start to unravel, bringing yourself back to seated. Take your feet flat, knees bent, bum planted on the mat. Bring your arms on either side of your legs and gently start to roll back onto the mat. The slower you roll, the nicer it is for your abs, nice engagement there. But feel free to just roll the whole way back if you want to. Bring yourself flat on the mat, palms open. You're going to bring your legs into a tabletop position. Nice to finish up with a little twist. Drop both knees over to the left and gaze to the right. So you're gazing down those right fingers. Feel that twist from the base of your spine all the way up. Remember what we said about twists. They're lovely. They compress the organs, release the toxins, and then allow fresh blood flow through when we release. And gently bring those legs back to center, tabletop position. And drop the knees to the right, gaze to the left. So we always gaze in the opposite direction of our legs just to give us that ultimate twist. And then gently back to center. And once more on each side, let's drop those legs over to the left, gaze to the right. Ultimate twist. Sounds like a wrestling move, but way more relaxed. And back to center last time, knees to the right, gaze to the left. And gently bring yourself back to center, hug those knees into your chest. Gently release your spine by rocking backwards and forwards or side to side, whatever feels good for you. And then straightening out the whole way. You guys know the drill by now. Full body stretch, point the fingers, point the toes, drop those shoulders down. Really, really reaching from one side of the room to the other. I want to make sure that you feel like someone's got you by the fingers, someone's got you by the toes. They're pulling you. You can't get away. Tension in every part of your body. You should be shaking from the tension of this stretch. I want you to imagine that you are literally being pulled by your fingertips and your toes and reached from one side of the room to the other. There should be so much tension in every part of your body, including your face. Tiny beady eyes, tiny scrunched up nose, tiny little mouth. Make the ugliest face you've ever made in your life. You should have double chins. You should have shoulders up towards your ears. Everything I've told you not to do in this entire class, do it now. Be scrunched up, be tense. Make the ugliest face you've ever made. And as well as our physical tension, let's put all of our mental tension in there as well. Everything that's been annoying you, everything frustrating, everything about the situation, pour it all into this stretch. We're going to build it all up like a tension bomb and just release it. Pour it all in. Every tiny little thing that's annoying you, pour it in, pour it in, pour it out. Reach it from one side of the room to the other. You can't get away. Reach. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And 1, let go, bring the arms down by your side, let those feet fall open and just melt down into the mat. So now is the time if you need to get a drink of water or some socks or a jumper or a blanket. If you would like to dim your lights, then please, please do. Just bringing yourself into a nice comfortable position. If you're pregnant, please take your Shavasana lying on your left-hand side in a fetal position with a pillow between your knees. If you've got quite a big dip in your spine, if you're quite lordotic, feel free to bend your knees and bring your feet flat. You can take your Shavasana however you would like. It's your relaxation time, but taking it lying on your back with your palms open is really, really lovely. It's such a nice way to relax. So just bring yourself into whichever position you want. Find your space, bring yourself back to where you were at the beginning of the class. Close those eyes. Take a nice deep inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Inhale, we're filling our lungs from the bottom all the way to the top, so we're using the full capacity of our lungs. And exhale, reversing the breath, drawing your navel in towards our stomachs. Just drawing our attention in towards our breath. Feeling as we inhale like our breath is cleansing our bodies from the inside, and as we exhale, we're pushing everything we don't want out. Take that imaginary broom again and sweep the mind completely clear and empty. Just focusing in on the breath. That slow and steady rise and fall. Just checking in with those tension points, making sure the shoulders are drawn down away from the ears. The jaw is soft and gentle, back teeth not touching, and tongue drawn down away from the roof of your mouth. Facial features soft and gentle. And let's take our attention down towards our feet. Feel those feet fall open, each toe relaxing one by one. Ankles, calves, knees and thighs becoming lightweight as though they are switched off. All the way up to the base of the spine and feel each vertebrae unraveling one by one, melting down into the mat. All the way up to your shoulders, feeling those shoulders melt down away from the ears, drawing those shoulder blades down the spine into the mat, melting into the ground like lava. Arms lightweight at your side, palms open, each fingertip unraveling. Allow your neck to grow long. As your shoulders drop down, creating space between the shoulders and the ears. Jaw soft and facial features softer. Head empty and light. No thoughts, no worries. Finally, take your attention to your chest and your abdomen and that slow and steady rise and fall of your breath. Maybe you can hear your heartbeat slowing in time with your breath. And let's just take this time to really focus on us, allow ourselves these minutes for our body, for our mind, for our breath, as we inhale and exhale. Take a nice deep breath and start to wiggle those fingers and toes, drawing awareness back into your body. Draw your knees in towards your chest and gently rock from side to side to release the spine. And bringing yourself all the way over onto the right hand side into a fetal position. And bringing yourself up to seated on your mats. Maybe keeping your eyes closed, palms on your knees. Take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, breathing really deeply, sighing everything out. And again, inhale. And deep sigh, exhale. And once more, inhale. Draw your palms together at heart center. Thank you all so much for practicing with me tonight. It's honestly such a pleasure to have you. Please stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. Namaste.